Have you seen this #1 HSR hate video? Alright, let me see this. A 20-minute video about not liking a Honkai Star Rail. I feel like this has to be bait.
I feel like I'm going insane hearing this all the damn time. Honkai Star Rail is amazing. Not like that shit Genshin. Penacony, more like Pikacony. Am I right? No. You're not right. In fact, you are absolutely wrong. Now hear me when I say this, and I'm speaking to you. Yes, you. Specifically you. Honkai Star... This gets closer.
Yeah, see, like, I could agree to this if it was, like, you're, like, closer to release HSR. Now, I don't say this. I fucking say ZZZ's the best. Fuck HSR and Genshin. ZZZ on top, baby! Woo! Like... And I will be honest, I feel like a lot of people in the gacha space got on the HSR Glaze train because it helped in the agenda with a certain very big bald creator. And it got them, you know, got the bald man to watch their video and react and then gives their channel exposure. And a lot of people hopped on that train. And I know a lot of those creators are never going to admit it, right? Because I really don't think they actually liked HSR. But, you know, like, I think a lot of them just kind of got on the bandwagon for the hype train, which is fine, right? But I think it was a little disingenuous to whether or not the game was actually really good. Which, by the way, don't get me wrong. I fucking glazed the shit out of HSR because you have to be fair to me. I played Genshin for 4 years. At that point, I was kind of getting really... You guys remember, like, that... Fabians who have been watching me will remember that point about half a year ago where I really got fucking depressed about Genshin. And I, like, really started playing very little bit of it. And that was, like, when I felt like quality of life for the game was just, like, not coming out. Like, they weren't giving me what I wanted. It was more than half a year ago, actually. And I was just, like, so fucking pissed off about Genshin. And that's when I started glazing HSR like crazy. Because I actually, like, enjoyed HSR. And to be fair, they were releasing, like, Honkai characters like fucking Sealy. And, you know, we got Acheron and shit like that. I was like, okay, bro. Like, I mean, I like this. But, yeah. Like, if I'm being actually honest, you guys know my opinion on turn-based games. I think they're fucking dog shit. I hate them. So, at the end of the day, like, I can only like HSR so much, because I will always like action games more. This is why the second ZZZ dropped, HSR, down a peg. ZZZ, on top. Like, I was like, ZZZ, my favorite, easily. So, yeah, that's where my position is on the whole. HSR is better than fucking every other Hoyo game thing. It's like, you know, it's just...
Honkai Star Rail fucking sucks. And I can prove it with numbers.
Yes, science!
Now let me explain. First
Stop slandering ZZZ, you fuckos, okay? You guys are all shitting on ZZZ because you're stuck on floor 15 in tower, because you have skill issue, bitch.
do I even play Honkai Star Rail? Yes, kinda. I mean, I log in, stare at Himiko, do my dailies, stare at Kafka, do the simulator universe each week, stare at Hanya, and have slowly been building up my characters. I started back around mid-March after universe each week, stare at Hanya, and have slowly been...
Can't see break effect here. Okay. Better skill levels than EO. Okay, he plays.
building up my characters. I started back around mid-March after watching the 2.1 live stream about all the new rewards after the anniversary.
Alright, he plays.
Still never. And I wanted to quickly grind up through all the content from 1.0 all the way through to 2.1 to get Acheron, because I'm a disgusting little simp that wants her to step on my I got Sparkle, Dr. Ratio was in my inbox, as well as all the free pulls. The introduction to the game was really fun and engaging. I enjoyed playing through the Herta space station and pretty much everything on Belobog, especially Kokolia. Huh? I thought you said Honkai Star Rail sucks. You're glazing it harder than a Krispy Kreme donut right now. When are you gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Shut the fuck up. It had good design, action, pacing. The story wasn't too simple, but still easy to follow. There was a good balance of puzzles, battles, and story all woven together well to make the storytelling experience really enjoyable, with a fantastic soundtrack and an amazing finale with the Kokolia fight. And then we get to Zhonzhou Lofu.
Zhonzhou?
Area, just wait until you get to Penacony.
The Zhonzhou? I love the Zhonzhou
wasn't the worst. Definitely a step down from the massive high that we got after the end of Belobog, but on the whole, I don't actually mind Zhonzhou Lofu. It was an interesting
You keep saying Zhonzhou, bro!
The music was good, the puzzles were fun and interesting, and we got new lore. The thing that really dragged it down, in my opinion, was the unnecessary jargon for relatively simple concepts.
I'm here to witness the divination of the Matrix of Prescience.
You're here to read her mind and get some information out of her. I'm here to witness the divination of the Matrix of Prescience. Just speak fucking English, goddammit. But whatever, like I said, putting aside the random jargon and exposition,
I believe we are dealing with the so.
Yeah, but like people have been saying HSR just has like an obsession with like terminology. So it's not that's not new. That's been a thing since forever.
it wasn't the worst area I've ever been to. Oh no, that crown undeniably goes to Penacony. Okay, come here. Closer. A little more. Closer. Fuck Penacony. I have never had a worse gaming experience in my life. And I've been playing games since I could hold a controller. I can remember playing...
That's not true. You didn't play Diablo 3 on launch.
3 or 4 years old. I didn't get far. I was a kid. I just like seeing the spinny ball go zoom. Anyway, my point is I've been playing games for a long ass time. And never in my 35 years on this planet have I raged at just how mind-numbingly boring Penacony is. And yes, I am including that Aranara quest from Genshin. Still not...
He looks older than you?
Billabug was good.
I bet you I'm older. It's just Asian buff. I got Asian buff, bro.
Good.
Is he older than me? He might be. He is. I mean, I'm not gonna comment on his hair because you know that's not nice.
Bad, but then it just dives off a cliff with Penacony. The biggest.
He's 35. Oh damn, he old. Oof. I'm totally not only 4 years away from that.
With Penacony is that it's just not fun, like at all. You literally cannot do a single thing for the first hour and a half where you get to that one battle which takes about a minute to clear. And after that, you're right back to yapping for another 48 minutes with literally nothing to do but run around with Firefly doing real important stuff like roulette, ice cream, and bubble pinball, I guess. Oh, got another battle. That's another 1 minute.
I don't feel like that was bad, though.
Against a fucking trash can. I actually timed how much turn-based action RPG we got in this turn-based action RPG game. So 2.0 takes about 5.5 hours to complete, right? Keep in mind this is about the same amount of time it took for us to complete the entirety of Bellabog. And this is just the introduction to Penacony. So yeah, 5.5 hours, and of that you spend a grand total of 9 minutes, 24 seconds actually doing that. I did the math.
Okay, but like you're getting introduced to a whole new region and a whole new like area with all these new mechanics. Like obviously they're gonna need to take a lot of time to like world build. Like it's literally 2.0. Like they have to take a lot of time to world build. If they literally just like skipped all that and just kept you fighting stuff, like bro, if you want to fight stuff, you're playing a turn-based game. Of course it's gonna be, especially story in turn-based games. I swear to God, story in any turn-based game. Go play any turn-based game. It's fucking read yap one battle. Boom. Yep, one battle. But like all of them are like that, you know?
24 seconds actually doing that. I did the math. That is literally 2.85% of the time doing the thing you came to this game to do. Oh, so it's not good if you're not constantly fighting? Is that what you're trying to say? No, not at all. I don't need it to be 100% fighting all the time. Hell, I don't even need it to be 50%. But less than 3% is not nearly enough. I didn't hate everything though. There's the interactive section with Firefly. That was alright. Took about 15 minutes though. Then there's the time that we're in the Dreamscape. This is the only area in Penacony that I actually enjoyed. This is what we were promised in the beginning with that whole scene with Akron. And when we were there, I immediately felt a major shift in tone and storytelling that was completely absent so far. Okay. Right, I'm guessing this is where the story gets good. At least I'm hoping. Too bad we were only there for about 45 minutes, max. Most of the time, you can't really do anything but go to the next dialogue location and sit around watching people yap. How much yap, you ask? Again, I timed it. 3 hours, 49 minutes, and 36 fucking agonizing seconds of yap. Out of 5 hours and 17 minutes of story, might I remind you. And at the end, the big twist, the big reveal is that Robin is dead.
Oh no.
I think the issue with takes like this is people who were interested in said characters and really interested in like the relationships between the characters, they got invested and they like really didn't notice the time. But this guy sounds like he didn't really care about any of the characters and was just watching his watch or checking the time over and over, like going through.
No.
Oh, you mean the girl that only had 3 minutes and 43 seconds of screen time this entire quest? That girl? We were supposed to care that she died? Her own song has a longer lifespan than she does. Seriously, why was I supposed to care? Then on to 2.1 when we continue on with Trailblazer's story. Right? Wrong.
He's a curlbot? Well, surely he's not shit-talking HSR story while Wuwa story, right? He doesn't really seem to talk about Wuwa story, but I don't know. Maybe we should talk about Wuwa story, because that shit ass. At least the way it's going right now. I'm not a fan.
Oh, this quest. This fucking quest. Oh my god. It pissed me off so much I was about ready to punch through my desk. I thought 2.0
He
was
said he's
bad,
doing
but
that
I
next?
had absolutely no
Okay.
idea about the mind-numbing torture I was about to get myself through. Looking back on it, I would rather French kiss a Dementor than go through all this again. The quest is just less than 6 hours long, and 4.5 hours of that is nothing but pure fucking yap. Shut up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck. There was a total of about 24 minutes worth of fighting. 13.5 minutes of those weren't necessary to the story at all. 45 seconds were necessary to the story. And the last 11 minutes were the fight against Aventurine. You spent more time staring at static images listening to people talk about deep politics and very important theological stuff you have no idea about. What do you mean? It made sense. I followed it. Were you even paying attention to the story? Yes. Yes, I was, actually. I didn't skip a single line of dialogue. I was a good little boy and I took it all in. And all this stuff that went on about in Penacony made literally no fucking sense. For a new player, that is. Here's the thing. A lot of the stuff being talked about in Penacony, you have to play through the simulated universe several dozen times. You have to have gone through all the different encounters and read through all the dialogue trees there are to understand what was going on. Can I get some peace and quiet today?
I don't think
shit.
you need to. What? Chat. You guys know I don't read a goddamn thing in simulated universe. And I understood Penacony's fucking story just fine. What is he saying?
All this stuff about the hunt this, harmony that, nihility, emanators, jipe, etc, etc. All of that was hardly even mentioned, let alone explained in the main story. Like, at all. And maybe I'm a little bit naive for thinking this, but I think if something
You
is gonna be
understood it
talked about in
surface
this-
level? Okay, but again, do you realize like 90% of people who consume any sort of media are only understanding it surface level and then still enjoy it? You don't have to understand something at a deep level to fucking enjoy it. You know that, right? He says for a new player, yeah. So? A new player who just been playing through story, I think you could understand Penacony fine. What?
story, it should be properly introduced and explained in the story. Wild concept, I know. Also, another hot take here. But I thought the main story quest was supposed to, you know, follow the main character. The majority of 2.1 was from the perspective of someone that I could literally not give two flying fucks about. Aventurine. Oh my god. In 2.0, he was on stream for a total of like, say, 30 minutes. Most of the time, he was being a dick. And in 2.1, you're supposed to spend most of the time in his point of view, following his story, talking about things that we don't know, doing things we don't care about, talking to NPCs we're going to forget about. Why was this in the main story quest? I literally could not have cared less about Aventurine when going through this, and I was slowly hating him more and more the longer I was forced to play as this golden-haired fuckboy with freshly shaved testicles on his chest. Well, it's supposed to set up his motivations for the final battle and, yeah. And character story quests exist exactly for this reason. What they should have done is saved all of that for a quest that we have to do after we, Trailblazer, go through our own story. Go through that, make Aventurine seem like the villain, have the big fight with Aventurine, yada yada yada. Then we have a character story quest unlocked where we flash back to go through all of Aventurine's stuff. That would recontextualize how we see him as a character and...
Well, no. There's a very good reason as to why that didn't happen. Because if you put that in the story character story quest, nobody's gonna fucking do it. And then nobody will fucking understand the background as to why Aventurine is the way he is and what his motivations are. Like, bro's pretending like a majority of people do character story quests. No, they fucking don't. Like, I swear to God. Like, that shit is like just slop that a lot of people just don't do.
and put everything in a new light. If you are familiar with Harry
But he is right. How is he right to do? Do you think majority of people do fucking character story quests? Do you think the devs don't know what percentage of their fucking audience does character story quests and understands where to fucking put important character background info? Why you care about Aventurine? Like, hello? It's almost like he was a pretty fucking core part of the first, like, basic act of fucking Penacony. What? What are you saying? Huh? Why shouldn't you care about Aventurine? He was literally, like, the first entire big act of Penacony was completely revolving around him. Huh? Your response is question mark. No? Oh, really? No? Oh, true. No, you're right. Okay. No. Yeah.
Potter, you'll understand what I mean.
Brent Saga,
you go
right?
through that
Oh,
story
shit.
thinking Snape is a bad guy out to get Harry. It's not until far into the later books that we get his backstory, and it completely changes how we see him as a character and his actions in the story so far. If we had known that backstory before all of this, it would have ruined many narratives and plot twists. Now back to Honkai Star Rail. So putting aside all the Aventurine stuff, we spend about 2.5 hours as Trailblazer, and what we were
Bro
doing...
did not just compare Aventurine's impact on the story to fucking Professor fucking Snape. That is not comparable. Like, let's not.
From one location
It's
to
not
another to stand
remotely
around
fucking
talking.
similar.
That is until the bar sequence. Quick question. What was the fucking point of that bar sequence? Did I miss something? Like, Shaban is hot and all, don't get me wrong. But on the whole, the entire thing had nothing to do with the story at large, right? Seriously, what was the point? Just to set up that drink mixing minigame? Okay. Why is it in the main story quest though? It makes no sense.
Yeah, I wasn't. I'll agree with this part.
I get that
This
you want to
part's
make
whatever.
this game a more cinematic experience. Cool. I like movies. But to do that, you've got to learn a thing or two about, you know, cinema. Having people stand around talking for several minutes at a time with no changes in angle, character focus, zero character movement, or anything like that is just not interesting at all. And that's when they're trying. Like I mentioned before, there were way too many static shots or just straight up black screens in this patch. And here's the golden rule for cinematic storytelling, Hoyoverse. Show, don't tell.
Yeah, but like, how many gacha games actually do that though? I don't think any of them do. I swear to God, every gacha game is just standing fucking still pixel images that you just stare at and read dialogue. Like, what is he asking for? I feel like he's asking for something from like an actual like single player AAA title. Like, it's just not. Oh no. Can you close the dog shit video and go to variety?
In fact, there were a total of 35 minutes and 54 seconds of scenes with static images, whereas a grand total of 24 minutes, 7 seconds actually in battle. At this point, Honkai Star Rail is
Okay, but like, why does he keep using battle as a metric? Like, it's a story quest, not a battle event or battle mode.
equivalent of Love and Deep Space, a visual novel with minor gameplay aspects, which is fine for lads.
I swear to God, chat, this is gonna sound crazy for someone like him. If you actually go through, like, let's just take, for example, another gacha game, Fate Grand Order. If you went through Fate Grand Order, this is what Fate Grand Order is sometimes in certain chapters. Read, still image, talking, read. Next battle, more reading. No battle, next battle. No, none of these have battles. More reading. Okay, one battle? What are you fighting? Oh my God, one battle. 3 waves of trash mobs that you one-shot. Okay, back to reading, back to reading, back to reading, back to reading. And then after reading for fucking, like, if you actually just read through everything and just let it actually play, you're probably been reading for an hour. One boss battle. Whoa! Like, I don't know a single gacha game that unironically makes the storytelling for its main story, like, really, really riveting. Like, constantly. Like, it just can't. It's not a medium made for that. ZZZ? I think ZZZ does it better because they have multiple ways to do it. Because with the comic strip stuff and transitioning from that, I think they do it a bit better. But I don't think it's like that much different. Nikkei's? Brother, are we forgetting even with the latest? Let's just go. Let's zoom out with Nikkei. All right, let's just go with the most recent Cinderella event. This is me doing the Cinderella event with you guys. Watch. Oh, battle, but it's auto battle anyways because they're one shot trash mobs. Okay, back to watching. Oh yeah. Oh cool. Oh wow. And they're all still images just talking next to each other. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, another battle. Oh, it's just an auto battle because it's just fucking trash mobs again. Okay. That was Nikkei. Like, listen.
Because that's what they marketed themselves as.
So they're all the
with
same
Honkai Star
slop.
Rail, though. And this tell, don't show style storytelling continued into 2.2 as well. I think you can tell what I'm going to say about this patch too. Too much yap, not enough gameplay at all. Not a single battle for 3 whole hours. And that one only lasted a couple of minutes too. In fact, there was one whole 15-minute section of nothing but black screens and 2 static images. 15 fucking minutes. Jesus Christ. Imagine watching an episode of your favorite anime and it was just literally 1 or 2 pictures for the entire runtime.
Yeah, that's called Blue Lock.
But at this point, I knew what I was kind of getting myself into, so let's just take it for what it is. Maybe I'll enjoy it more that way. Nope, but it's
Yeah,
not
it's
as bad
called
as
Blue
Genshin.
Lock
At least you
Season
don't
2,
have to listen
buddy.
to Paimon. Who needs Paimon? They do the exact same thing in Honkai Star Rail too. Repetitious, redundant dialogue talking about things we just did or things we don't care about. Sure, maybe it's not as annoying
That was
as
a
Paimon's
low
high-pitched
blow.
screeching. But why is Sunday telling us about how Robin got shot in the neck? Again, too much tell, not enough show. Why aren't we seeing it? Now, I don't mean to go the full PG-13 route or anything like that. I mean, think of the children.
If you don't understand Aventurine's fucking importance to the story, you just, like, I guess just missed out entirely on the IPC's fucking, like, purpose-forward Penacony. Like, like, I'm a lore skipper, but my god, you must just be a complete skipper of everything. Like, Aventurine was basically the IPC, like, stand-in until, like, we got Topaz and Jade into the fucking, like, but, like, what are you saying? Are you just, like, do you have critical reading? I don't. Right.
But they could have done it in a way where we take control of Robin for a short period of time, where we see her.
Bro's making me look like a lore reader.
The desolation, the despair, the tragedy, and Robin trying to be the
critical reading. Yeah, whatever you call it.
We see her going around helping people and see hope return to their faces because of her. Then at the end, we can get a scene in the evening. The sun is setting. Robin's in the distance, backlit beautifully, leaving only a black silhouette.
Bro, Tuturu, if everybody wrote stories the way you seem to want it, you clearly just want one good guy, one bad guy, and conflict. It's almost like certain stories like to have multiple fucking driving forces going towards a similar goal, and then they come into conflict. But, like, you don't seem to be able to grasp that. You seem to only be like, there's Acheron, and there's Trailblazer, and then there's the like, no, motherfucker, that's, like...
But then we hear a gunshot and we see her fall to the ground. Fade to black. Cinema.
Playing Penacony is like reading JJK. No character development for the MC. Wall of text sometimes.
But no, we get Sunday yapping about it for several minutes, speaking in such a monotone drawl that I almost fell asleep.
Better
understand why she always wears such a...
Now, I agree that Penacony as, like, is a slow burn in the beginning. Right? But, like, it does pick up. But I don't think the take of, like, Aventurine and every part, including Aventurine, was just useless. That's just, like, a bad take. I don't know. Like, and this is coming from me. I hated Aventurine in the beginning of 2.0. I thought the guy was the most insufferable, annoying, my friend. And I was like, if you guys remember me playing that story quest, I was like, call me friend one more time, you stupid son of a bitch. I don't want to hear this. Like, I fucking mauled it at his ass. I hated it. 100%, you guys remember, I hated that shit. But, like, to say after going through all of Penacony that, like, Aventurine's, like, the existence of Aventurine and, like, the whole beginning part was completely pointless and unneeded is like, like, that's just a bad take.
Elaborate neck ornaments, don't you?
This was supposed to be his biggest motivating factor. This is why he
if
was
anything, you know what should have been removed? Sunday.
About the whole entire thing. His entire story is about him wanting to protect his sister, to keep her in a cage for her own protection, and she wants to be free despite the danger that might come to her. I'll give
remove
this to 2.2.
Sunday.
It did start to explore interesting philosophical concepts with this plotline. They kept bringing up the question of is it better to be in a cage completely protected from harm, or is it better to be free even though you may get hurt? The whole thing between Robin and Sunday is that their relationship is much like the bird in the cage flashback that was just brought up, and it was genuinely interesting. Well, it was the first time we heard it, but the amount of times they bring it up and not do anything with that concept until the very end just got annoying. I wasn't the only one that noticed this either. Even now there are people making Chominy Dove memes. I could go on about all the other things like how nobody seems to speak like a regular human being.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
Okay, I swear to God, I don't see anyone making the Charmony Dove memes except for Nick. Like, I swear to God, Zayax is the only person I've seen make that meme. Maybe I'm just not on the right side of Twitter, but I have not seen anyone make that meme. He's the only one that makes it over and over and over again. A lot of people do. Maybe I'm just not on that side of Twitter. They just don't show up on my feed, but...
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words.
Not to mention that a lot of the dialogue sounds like it's written by an edgy 13-year-old trying to be deep. Why does life slumber? You're fucking kidding me with that line. Are you... What the fuck does that even mean? People think that's deep. Yeah, okay, whatever. And other issues that aren't really Honkai Star Rail specific, like the single choice dialogue options, or the illusion of choice where you have like several options but they all say practically the same thing and leads to no changes at all in the dialogue tree. Like, what is the point? But at this point I think I'd be kicking a dead horse. On the whole, I think the gameplay
it's called
and story
Gacha
in Honkai
games.
Star Rail is good. What do you mean it's good? You've just been ranting about it this whole time. Now, listen to what I'm saying. The gameplay is good. The story is good. The storytelling is absolute horseshit. It doesn't matter if you think Honkai Star Rail's gameplay is the best that gacha games can be. It doesn't matter if the story is the best thing out there either. Now hear me out.
Okay, but like, again, this isn't like a... Then this video shouldn't be called Honkai Star Rail. It should just be called Gacha games are the worst games he's ever played. Because there's no gacha game that I swear... I've played so many of them that has good fucking storytelling. It's bait? Yeah, I think this is bait. That's why I kept watching it, because I was like, this has to be bait.
You can have the most delicious kernel.
Chat, stop saying Nikke. Every single person that keeps typing Nikke, I'm a Nikke glazer. And I will not say Nikke storytelling is any different. It is literally still images talking with random battles in between. Like, that is not Nikke either. Nikke does not do good storytelling either. Like, I'm talking about the vehicle in which they tell stories, right? At the end of the day, every gacha game is... I'm not saying the story is bad. Okay, I think you guys are misunderstanding with storytelling and, like, with the story, right? I'm talking about the way they deliver the story, okay? Tell me Nikke isn't literally just this. Tell me Nikke isn't this, okay? I'll even draw out the fucking whole thing, bro. All right, tell me Nikke isn't this. This is your fucking phone, okay? Dialogue down here, okay? Pretty lady with big honkers over here. Pretty lady with bigger honkers over here. Next. Next. Skip button up here. That is literally Nikke's story, like, way they tell story. And that is every gacha. Gacha cannot, as a vehicle, like, deliver you story in any other meaningful way than this. Unless they make fucking long-ass cutscenes, but that costs too much. They can't, right? And that's what I'm trying to say. The method in which gacha games tell story can never be good. It is always gonna be like this. It is always just gonna be a yap fest with still images, right? Because it's just too fucking expensive to produce fully animated cutscenes for everything. What about ZZZ comic book presentations? They're nice, but they're very few and far between. I think you're missing the point he's making. All right, what's his point?
Corn in the world. This corn tastes so good, it can change your life, and you'll never taste anything better than it in the...
Wuthering Waves? Do you want me to draw out Wuthering Waves for you? All right, this is Wuthering Waves. Okay. This is Wuthering Waves. Here we go. Text box over here. You have boobies. Hey. And then Rover's back of Rover's head looking. Skip button up here. Pause button up here. Yep. This is it too.
Is not just
sure, there's
cutscenes.
cutscenes.
It is how characters interact, how dialogue flows together, how plot points are delivered, the flow of exposition, etc. That's why you can talk about storytelling in novels.
Yes, 100% I get that. But, like, I don't think the way gachas have paced, it's, like, doable. Where it's not miserable, like he said. Right? You know how he was going into the, like, saying there were 7% of the entire content in 2.0 was battles and everything else was yapping? Right? Like, I don't think there's a way for a gacha game to deliver the story and also provide adequate amount of interaction in terms of combat that is actually ever gonna feel good. Because it's just like, how the fuck do you make that work? I don't know. Right, logic, all books have bad storytelling? No, that's not what I'm saying. Because books, when you're reading a book, you're not looking for fucking gameplay, right? The thing, one of his main points was that he was looking for gameplay to fill between the yapping. A book, you're not like, man, I can't wait till the section comes up where I can fucking play a mini game. Like, you're not doing that. You're reading a book to read a book, right? But him here, he's looking for more gameplay within a story. But, like, I'm telling you, there is no gacha story that provides tons of gameplay while delivering their story. Literally, tell me, chat. Tell me if there is a gacha story that gives you tons of riveting gameplay as they tell the main story. Nikke doesn't. Don't say Nikke. Natlan Act 4? Is that the newest one? I didn't do that. Don't say Nikke. Do not say Nikke. Chat, do not say Nikke. Any fucking honest person in here can fucking tell you Nikke's auto battles and, like, okay, at least maybe I'm talking about event story too much. Maybe I should be talking about actual story, because then actual story, pushing actual story is fucking hard because you're fucking too weak at certain points and you'll be stuck. But, like, let's just talk event stories for Nikke. Okay? Nikke event stories are the fucking stupidest easy shit anyone can auto battle. That is not, you don't have to do anything there. Okay? Like, it is literally the same shit. That's like saying all VNs have bad storytelling because it's not animated. Are you dumb, you donkey? When the fuck did I say that? Huh? What? Are you going into a VN for fucking epic gameplay? That's like literally, did you just ignore everything I said about gameplay? Like, what are you saying? Like, you literally completely ignored what I said and then just like kept yapping. Like, are you fucking dumb? I literally said that his main point was that he wanted more combat amidst the story, but I can't think of a gacha game that has good distribution of combat and storytelling. Like, I don't think that's a thing in gacha games because I don't think it can be balanced.
Entire world for the rest
That's
of your
not the
life.
whole point, by the way.
But if that kernel of corn is encased in
What is his whole point? Can someone sum up his whole point to me, or have I not gotten there yet? Can someone tell me his whole point? I can't fucking tell his whole point. Because 12 minutes into his fucking video about how Honkai Star Rail is the worst game he's ever played, he said Honkai Star Rail is a good game. So I fucking can't tell what his point is. Huh? What is his fucking point? There is no point?
a giant dog turd, I don't care how good it tastes, I'm not fucking eating that shit. Sure, the corn might be good, but getting there was an absolute nightmare, and I have the aftertaste of dog shit in my mouth. No thanks, I'm good. I've been meaning to play through 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, and 2.6, but I just physically cannot get myself in the mindset of I'm about to put myself through torture right now. I'm about to put myself through torture. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna be painful. I am going to kill myself. But why do I feel like this, and the rest of the gacha community still raves about how good Honkai Star Rail is? Best storytelling? Are you fucking kidding me? This is what I think it is. The people who think Honkai Star Rail is good are those who jumped on Honkai Star Rail from day one. They've been playing it every day, piecemeal, and they haven't noticed the gradual decrease in quality, like a frog in boiling water. If a frog is put in boiling water, it will immediately jump out. But if the frog is in cold water and you slowly increase the temperature, it won't notice the danger and it will be cooked to death. You're cooked. You are quite literally cooked right now. Well, actually, modern scientists say that due to the similar regulation, frogs will still jump out, so you're actually wrong. George?
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the...
Thank you, George. Even though I enjoy story-focused turn-based action RPGs, and I do, my favorite game of all time is Final Fantasy VIII, followed closely by Final Fantasy X, I just can't bring myself to drudge through dogshit storytelling like in Honkai Star Rail anymore. Even if I like the gameplay, as basic as it is, it's not worth it if it's only 5% of the game as a whole. No, wait, sorry, 3%. Almost gave it too much credit there. Fun but scarce gameplay, interesting core story ruined by terrible writing. Seriously, does anybody talk like a regular human? Just one. I just need one person, please. Atrocious exposition, repetition, jargon, and a lot left unexplained, leaving players feeling...
Oh, no. It's his point about... I don't know. I think I stopped listening when he said he thinks all the people glazing HSR are the ones who played from the beginning and didn't notice the decrease in quality of storytelling. I swear to God, HSR storytelling has been the same from beginning to end. It has been the same. It hasn't decreased. It's literally the same exact shit. Like, from the day HSR started, everybody complained they used way too much fucking big-ass jargon, lingo that nobody fucking understands, and they still do it now. They still fucking have March, like, yapping about a whole lot of fucking nonsense and being a goddamn, side, like, comedic relief all the time. Like, they have constant, like, rotating dialogue since goddamn Bellabog. Like, that's not a fucking new thing. It's the same shit. So, I mean, do I agree that HSR probably out of all the Hoyo games yaps the fucking most? Yeah, 100%. That shit yaps like crazy. You hear say that no gacha will ever be able to deliver you story in any other meaningful way unless costly cutscenes. Brother, all VNs deliver you the story in that exactly way. Are you saying they're all bad too? That's not what I'm fucking saying, you Neanderthal. Why do you keep ignoring the fact that I'm talking about combat? Do VNs have combat? Motherfucker, it's a visual novel. Right? Like, stop fucking trying to fish me. You're literally completely ignoring the fucking thing. In that clip, you didn't say combat because I already fucking referenced because he referenced combat in the fucking video. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Bro's like not taking the full context of the fucking dialogue and just like taking exactly the clip.